Hey guys, how you doing this evening? I'm sure it's not new news, but the U.S. military has ordered several hundred U.S. troops on standby to potentially deploy to Eastern Europe amid heightened tensions over Russia's presence near the Ukraine border, and what amounts to an escalation toward U.S. military involvement. The prepare to deploy orders were issued to troops stationed at several U.S.-based installations. The Pentagon hasn't said under which circumstances the U.S. would deploy the troops, but officials said it could send a signal to Russia that the United States would quickly bolster the defenses of NATO allies in the event of a Russian incursion into Ukraine. The troops could also be on standby should the U.S. decide they are needed to evacuate tens of thousands of Americans now residing in Ukraine. So the forces won't be authorized to enter Ukraine, U.S. officials said, but they could be used to support any such contingency. So many of the forces must be prepared to move within 18 to 36 hours, U.S. officials said. The United States is deeply concerned about the current situation in Europe. We remain keenly focused on Russia's unusual military activities near the Ukrainian border, including in Belarus, and consulting extensively with our transatlantic allies and partners. So that's quite interesting, don't you think? You have to weigh in below and see. And meanwhile, China flies 39 warplanes towards Taiwan as tensions with island rise. China has flown dozens of warplanes toward Taiwan in its largest display of power of the new year, continuing a pattern that caused the island to scramble its own jets in response. The formation of 39 jets on Sunday night included 24 J-16 fighter jets and 10 J-10 jets, among another support and electronic warfare aircraft, according to Taiwan's defense ministry. Taiwan's Air Force tracked the People's Liberation Army planes on its air defense radar system. Chinese pilots have been flying towards Taiwan on a near-daily basis during the past year and a half, since Taiwan's government started publishing the data regularly. The largest sortie was 56 warplanes on a single day last October. The Chinese sortie came as the U.S. military said that two of its carrier strike... Hey, stop that. Sorry, my dog got into something. Said that two of its carrier strike groups were sailing on Sunday in the South China Sea, led by USS Carl Vinson and USS Abraham Lincoln. They engaged in anti-submarine air and combat readiness operations. China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs declined to comment on why the PLA had flown such a large sortie on Monday, saying it was not a diplomatic matter. Taiwan and China split during the Civil War in 1949, but China claims the island as its own territory. Beijing has used diplomatic and military means to isolate and intimidate the self-ruled island, but the U.S. has continued to support Taiwan by selling it advanced weapons and fighter planes. Chinese pilots have been flying towards Taiwan on a near-daily basis in the past year and a half since Taiwan's government started publishing the data regularly. The largest sortie was 56 warplanes on a single day last October. I think I said that already. So there's just more and more. Something new every day. We got stuff happening in China and stuff happening in Russia. So be in prayer about that, guys. I mean, God is in control. He knows the beginning from the end, or the end from the beginning, or both ways. And nothing is surprising to him. But we still can pray. The Bible says that the effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So he does hear, and he will answer. So keep our troops and all this nation in prayer, guys. God bless you.